People, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Chelsea versus Manchester United preview. And prior to this video being made, I've spoken to a couple of Man United fans. I'm sure you've seen. If you haven't, check those videos out. Culture Cams and Rants, and a few others as well, even on Twitch with Flawless and Statman Baines. I've been speaking to them. I've been delving into their minds because, of course, right now it's a difficult time for them. They're conflicted. They've just hired Ralph Ragnick, and that's potentially a very promising situation for them, going upstairs in the next year, after this season, some structure at the club potentially, but back down to the earth because they have Michael Carrick in charge for this game, and it's the last opportunity for a spanking. It's the last opportunity for a beatdown. We saw what Liverpool did to them, pressing them from the front, playing around them, their unorganized, dysfunctional press, and absolutely ripping them to shreds at Old Trafford. We saw what Manchester City did, which was different, but it was still just as embarrassing. Passing them off the pitch like a training ground. Not really, smacking them down with the scoreline, but at the same time, just kind of humiliating them with how easy it was. And it was kind of just rude in that sense. And then you have us, a team that haven't played them yet, don't have a great record against them. I don't think we've beaten them in the last 7 Premier League games. However, times have changed completely. We have a new manager. Well, not new, but, since we've played them, we have a new team, a new ethos, and we're actually playing really well. We're smacking up teams, Juventus 4-0, Leicester 3-0, and we should be winning this game comfortably. Now, obviously, you know the team news by now, but I'll just remind you, there's doubts over, Kante's not available really for this game too soon. Kova doubts. Lukaku probably will just about make the bench. Again, it is what it is. I know he probably would have wanted to come back for this game. If you could have marked on the calendar Lukaku where you would want to play and who you'd want to play against on return from injury, it's definitely Man United. With all of the abuse and the slack that he's got from that fan base on social media, the motivation is 100% there. But Timberland boots and whatnot. But I think he'll start on the bench. So yeah, there's a few people missing. But even still, so is there for Man United. Maguire is suspended. Varane is out. Shaw is a doubt. Fred is a doubt. Pogba is out. There's so many players that are missing for Manchester United. And they're not well coached. I just have to say it. They're not well coached. They haven't been well coached in years. They don't look like a team that can build up from the back and keep the ball very well. They don't look like a team that are very good at pressing. Their pressing is very unorganized, like I said. So for a team that have not very well coached, and a team that have an interim in charge whose in-game management will probably be pretty dreadful, pretty poor. He's very new on the block. I think he only really could have managed maximum 6 Premier League games with the license he's got. We really should be trampling all over them, regardless of the players that we have out. So this is W settings only. This is no excuses FC. This is, if we are serious, we should be beating this team. And it's been a long time coming when it comes to Manchester United. So for me personally, I think, there shouldn't be any debate. I have a 2-0 prediction that I have to stick to. And when you look at their midfield in particular, I know, like I said, I've just said we've got 2 players out. That will be the key for me because we've dominated games recently. The way we've counter-pressed, we've literally been so aggressive against Juventus, forward thinking, on the front foot. That's what we need to do to Manchester United. I don't know if they're going to go long and try and counter-attack with a Rashford. Don't know if you can really go long to a Ronaldo these days at his age. Or are they going to try and build up from the back? If they try and build up from the back with Eric Bailly, with Lindelof, with Wan-Bissaka, with Telles, a back four that have not really ever played together that I can remember in terms of, minutes and chemistry and relationships. McFred, if Fred plays, if he's a doubt, if he plays, he played against, Villarreal midweek. If they try and build up from the back with those players, we should be aggressive. We should be in their faces. We should be winning the ball high up the pitch. We should be creating turnovers. We should be scoring goals, creating opportunities. De Gea is the big problem. He's the guy that's really playing well for them. He's saving them. He's been the shining light in a pretty poor season for them so far. We're going to have to up our shooting accuracy. It's going to have to be great. Reece James is probably the best probably the second best shooter in our squad, which sounds crazy as a right wing back, but it's probably true behind Lukaku. He's going to need to be in dangerous positions to score goals. So, that's... It could be a frustrating day, but even still, I expect a 2-0 win. I know De Gea could make a lot of saves, but even still, I expect us to work our way through it and get past them.
Cristiano Ronaldo. I haven't heard you mention any threat of.
I was getting there.
The other R9.
I was getting there, but it's R7. He never worked. He did wear 9 once at Real Madrid. Yeah. Chelsea have only conceded 4 goals in the Premier League this season. 2 penalties. And 1 deflected goal from Gabriel Jesus. It's right. I know this off the top of my head. I'm going to keep saying it. Our defense is unbelievable. And I don't expect us And maybe I'm speaking it into existence. I'm creating negative juju in the air and the atmosphere, but I don't expect us to concede against Manchester United. They're not brilliant going forward, in my opinion, from what I've seen this season. They are disjointed. There is no real system, no real plan. It is very much hero ball, relying on individual brilliance. And I know Ronaldo can bring that to the table. I know Ronaldo and Inshallah. But when you've got Thiago Silva performing the way he's performing, unbelievably at 37 years of age, when you've got Rudiger performing the way he's performing, Trevor Chalobah performing the way he's performing, Mendy in goal, I just don't expect to be conceding. I really don't. The only goal that we've conceded that was really poor defensively from us was the goal against Burnley at Stamford Bridge a couple of weeks ago before the international break. So I don't expect us to concede. I expect us to be rock solid at back. I expect us to dominate. And I expect us to win comfortably. I'm putting my chest out. I'm taking risks in this preview. But when we're playing the way we're playing, and Man United are playing the way they're playing, how could I say anything otherwise? You was pretty confident at Old Trafford, weren't you?
I think this game for you is going to be a little bit more tricky than you think. Because I believe if Van der Beek and Sancho start, they're going to want to show up and show up.
Now, that's a good point.
Because
Sancho.
they ain't playing right now.
True. That's a good point. This is like a dress rehearsal for Ralph. And the rest of the season is a dress rehearsal. Because this is the man that gets to decide whether you stay or get sold. He's going to be director of football, consultant, whatever you want to call it. He's the man in charge of structuring the squad. So this is Man United's players' first opportunity to prove that they're Manchester United players in front of the beholder. Now, Sancho and Van der Beek, that's a very good point. Sancho and Van der Beek, that's a great point. That will probably be one of my final points. Sancho did score in midweek. He did score a great goal off the crossbar and in. It was probably his first good game for Manchester United this season. Van der Beek with the assist. That right-hand side, if those two do have combinations, and maybe if they have the balls to play Dalot instead of Wan-Bissaka, that right-hand side could be problematic. Obviously, Alonso's coming back into the team ahead of Chilwell. Alonso has stopped Salah. He has gone to Tottenham. He has gone to Arsenal and had good performances. So he should be able to put in another good performance today. Big game for Alonso coming back. I expect him to start. But those threats are over there, and that's maybe the part of the Chelsea team you'd say is a weak point with the change being made. My team is up on the screen now. It's fairly predictable. I think Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho are 100% certainties going into that pivot with the other two missing. The wing-backs are very obvious for me as well. And the back three, you could make tweaks. You could say Christensen for Silva because Silva's played 2 games in a row. I just think 37-year-old Silva versus 36-year-old Ronaldo, that's a nice matchup. You've got 2 legends of the game clashing. I personally want to see it. It's probably the last time we're really going to get to see it. And up front, that's where the debate comes in. Kai is back. Werner is there. Ziyech has been improving the last couple of games. Mason Mount, for me, hasn't been great recently. He probably, you could make a case for him not to play this game. Some people will say that we need him in a big game to drop into a pivot and be that third person and help us out defensively. But for me personally, my front three will be Ziyech, will be Callum Hudson-Odoi, and will be Timo Werner. I've spoken about the relationship between Ziyech and Werner before. I think they've got something with the runs from Werner and the passing from Ziyech and that. Callum Hudson-Odoi is obviously going to play. The guy is just doing incredibly well right now. And obviously Pulisic is a shout as well. So that's my front three, but I will tell you right now, if Pulisic starts, I've got no problem with it. If Kai starts, I don't think he's been great recently, but I'll get it. I think outside of Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think everybody else's positions aren't really too fixated and certain in that front three. But let me know what you think in the comments. We've had a lot of build up to this game. I'll be on Don Robbie for the watch along tomorrow, so look out for that as well. And then obviously the review. And hopefully we're speaking about a comfortable win for the mighty Chelsea. It's much deserved. We need revenge. And let's show Carrick why he didn't get the job. In a bit, people. Smash up the icons. Peace.
I think it's a bit messed up that you said Carrick didn't get the job, though. I mean, like, he's only just, like, only just got fired. Like, you have to, like, they gave him, like, a 6-month intermediate period. Like, he won. Technically, he's won his only game.
Oh, don't give me that.
He's 1 for 1.
Don't give me that.
Technically, he's first in management.
I don't even want to hear it.
He's 1 for 1. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to hear it.
Why did you want to be a police officer?
Just get some authority in it. You know what I'm saying? Some authority, some superhero, some saving the day shit, solving, not even solving problems, but taking on the bad guys.
Oh, sorry, Batman.
Yeah, it seems like a heroic duty. Little did you know you're going to get spat at by fucking Margaret at Lewisham outside the shopping centre.
Trying to steal Werner's originals.
not how I expected my day to go. Being spat at by Margaret outside Lewisham, but shopping centre. All right.
Fair enough.